All over here at the Thornbury Surfacing Stadium with Chippenham manager Gary Horgan. Gary, another day, another night, another Chippenham win, 3-2 against Welling. Talk us through the first thoughts, mate.
Yeah, I thought we were, again, good value for the win. Started really well, started really positively, and fell behind from not necessarily a sloppy bit of play from us, but we just didn't get our bearings on a cross into the box, and we've got 5 men in the box and no one's picked up. So that was a little bit disappointing, having started the game so well. But then I think from then on, I think you've probably said it week in, week out. At the moment, we play some of the best football again. I think we've done this season. I think it helped because the pitch tonight had a bit of dew and rain from the last couple of days, so we were able to pass it around a little bit easier and better than we were on Saturday. It was a bit difficult, but yeah, I thought we played some really good football. Got ourselves back in front 2-1, and then a similar story second half. Again, I thought we were in, control in and out of possession, and deservedly went on to win the game.
Obviously got back into the game, Gaz, through goals for Parker and McClure. I think the first one for Joey P there down the left-hand side, a shot that the keeper's probably saving 9 times out of 10, but it's gone through him. And I thought the second goal for Matt McClure, I think the man of the match tonight, Tom Mayhew, his vision all evening with his passing has been absolutely incredible, and rightly so. It was him that stabbed through, found it, and unlocked the defence, and McClure with a very nice cultured finish.
Yeah, I'm always speaking to Tom about his range of passing and the disguise he puts on them, and sometimes when he's on the edge of his own box it's a bit hairy at times, and you think to yourself, but he's done it in the right area, and he's been threatening that all year, and on top of those assists, we challenged him to go and score more goals as well, really. So I thought he was outstanding tonight, and has been outstanding for a long run of games. That said, I thought the whole team were really good tonight, and as a team collective we were really good. And the other pleasing thing is that all the subs, despite having to make them early again, which is unfortunate because it means we're having to correct injuries, but they all came on and had an impact, which was really good. So yeah, overall I thought it was, like I say, Tom's played well, Matt's played well, and they were amongst a number of men.
Bit of a shaky start to the second half, guys. I think it's fair to say Welling sort of come out certainly firing out of the blocks when they came out from the half-time change. Got the penalty. I didn't really get a good look on it, but it seemed pretty conclusive from where we were stood. But I understand you weren't too happy with the preamble to that as to what sort of gave the mistake and allowed it to come to fruition. Yeah,
maybe. What we said at half time is that we wanted to continue doing what we had done in the first half. I thought the only time that they not had a spell, but the only time that we looked vulnerable is when we gave them the ball, and they were able to go from front to back quite quickly and quite direct, because they've got a lot of physicality and they're good at what they do. And then once they've sort of made you defend that first ball, they can maybe sometimes pick up the seconds, recycle it. So I just didn't want us to keep giving them the ball back. It's quite easy to come in at sort of half time and say to people, oh yeah, we'll get the ball forward, keep them turn first 10-15, and we definitely didn't want that to happen. We wanted to keep the ball. And yeah, I think we've probably rolled it out, and maybe we've tried to overplay a little bit and been responsible for our own downfall a little bit. But there was a number of phases before that, but I thought we gave it away, and we were always sort of chasing, getting back into a bit of structure. So and then that allowed, I thought Spence made a really good tackle actually, and his momentum's taking him onto the ball. Maybe it's rolled up and hit his hand. It looks like it probably has hit his hand, but for me, once he's made the tackle, he slid in, he's blocked it clearly with his leg. He can't do anything about continuing his momentum on the wet surface. So given some of the other handballs and fouls and whatever that aren't given, I don't know what more he can do really.
And obviously the penalty was dispatched. Will went the right way, but unfortunately not quite a strong enough hand to keep it out. But you must be absolutely delighted with the response from the lads thereafter. Probably, I think we've said it just out there, the third goal was one of the better goals that you've sort of seen this season at this stadium for quick, slick passing football, and it was rounded off really clever by Ed Williams, and rightly so, got the winning goal.
Yeah, I thought we could have scored some really good goals tonight, some really good passages of play where we didn't quite just get the final ball right, but we cut through them quite well. Similar to the goal we scored at their place actually. It was a really well worked move from the back, and 7 or 8 passes and a little bit of combination play on the edge of the box, and we went 1-0 up at their place with a really good goal as well. So yeah, I thought at times, as you said, the third goal was really good, and but for a couple of more sort of last ditch tackles and some sloppy-ish play at times with the final delivery and final ball, we would have scored another couple that were really good goals as well. So I thought we would have been good value if we had scored more than the 3 that we got.
I think in a world where everyone sort of has social media and has an opinion, sort of come to a Chippenham game, whether it be frequent or infrequent, but it's not an isolated incident, that third goal. It was really sort of it's been dubbed Horgan ball by the faithful, but the construct of passing out, playing out from the back, and watching the lads shifting through these motions and playing football like that must make you really proud as a manager to see that maybe sort of now clicking into fruition, and probably the catalyst for what is a fantastic unbeaten run so far.
Yeah, look, we've been proud of them, as we're proud of every single one of them from the start of the season. Really, let's not forget. As I said, maybe there was always going to be some sticky moments this season. There'll be sticky moments again. There'll be sticky moments going forward. There always will be. But let's not forget that group in there got to the second round of the FA Cup and dispatched some league opposition here as well. So we've been proud of them all the time. We're proud of the way they're evolving. We're proud of the way they've bought into what we're asking them to do. We are trying to change things a little bit, and it's a group that have done things slightly differently, maybe a little bit in the past. And that takes time. We know we haven't cracked it by any means at all. We want to get better at doing certain things, but at the moment I think it's been just reward for all their efforts and hard work this season. I think they've been brilliant throughout. So look, we as a group have been proud of them, and they're proud of themselves for what they've not necessarily achieved this year, but how far they've come and progressed this year, and hopefully they'll continue to progress longer.
Closing down on the end of March, Gary, we were just having a little conversation with your son Jay there, the stat man. 6 wins in 7, 13 games unbeaten, 2 defeats in 20. Obviously we said last week pending manager of the month, but more importantly we now go to St Albans, where in a side that may have held a little bit of fear to go and to play against a team like St Albans. When you welcome them here on Saturday, in the form you're in, is there anyone in the league at the moment that can worry you?
Not necessarily we worry. Look, we don't necessarily fear anyone, but we fear everybody at the same time. Look, there's no complacency within us. We give everybody the respect that they deserve in this league, and St Albans are no different. They're a really good side, and I just spoke about it in there that someone said that we've been playing a couple of teams in and around us, but don't forget we beat Farnborough in that time, who if they win their games in hand will be firmly within the playoffs. We played Eastbourne here Saturday, who are only 2 points outside the playoffs, and quite rightly thinking that they'll still get in those playoffs as well. So it'll be another really, really tough test. I think St Albans are a really, really good side. They've got one of the league's best marksmen in Jeffers, but they're by no means a one-man team. They've got goals from all over the pitch, and they're a good side. It'll be a difficult game. But look, we think on our day, if we play well, play our football, and do our jobs properly, then we're a match for anybody in this league.
Of course, on the non-league scene, I know it's a lot off topic, but Saturday's also a big game for our local lads over at Corsham. A club that have taken a few of our players over the past and been a good breed for our developmental programme. And they've got a massive game on Saturday. I'm sure that from all of us here at Chippenham Town, you'd like to wish them all the very best of luck in their FA Vase semi-final. We were there a few years ago ourselves, whether it be one of those days to remember or not. But it's a big occasion for them.
Yeah, look, brilliant for them. Obviously, we've got Joel Smedley there as well, so hopefully, he manages to play some part in it if he doesn't start. But look, great for them, great for local football, great for non-league football, particularly in the area, and great for the club. And hopefully, they get their rewards for all the hard work that the volunteers do up and down the country, not just at Corsham, but anybody involved in non-league football. It's a great occasion and event to hopefully for them get to what is probably the pinnacle of non-league football, is our equivalent of the FA Cup at times for us. So good luck to them, and I wish them all the very best on Saturday.
And of course for you, Gary, it's St Albans. I just saw a lovely tweet come through from one of our supporters that there are 3 things certain in life: death, taxes and Chippenham remain unbeaten. Hopefully you can keep that going on Saturday. We'll see you there, mate.
Thank you.
Well done.